The night before opening day, coming down to camp. We got the sign up. Old Ron is already ready.
Now you just hold still there, Mr. Bison. I gotta get meat for the railroaders.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I am. All excited. We have a snow out there.
Yeah.
It's cold.
We just got that snow here in the last couple hours.
It's gonna be great.
So.
It'll be cold,
Yeah.
but it'll be great.
And Ron's gonna talk here a little about a special rifle I'm gonna use for opening day here in a second, so stay tuned.
This year's feature rifle is an 1874 Sharps Buffalo rifle chambered in 45-70. That means a 45 caliber bullet with 70 grains of black powder. A Sharps rifle is a large bore, single shot, falling block, breech loading rifle designed by Christian Sharps in 1848 and stayed in production until 1881. It was produced in 15 different calibers. This rifle has an effective range of 1,000 yards, muzzle velocity between 1,200 to 1,300 feet per second, launching a 405 grain bullet. This is a great rifle for elk, moose, bears, and bison. Some of the nicknames this rifle earned was King of the Plains, Old Reliable, and Shoots Today, Kills Tomorrow. But new versions of this rifle are still being made today by C. Sharps in Montana, Uberti, Peter Soli, and Chiappa. Now at Gettysburg, the Sharps rifle and the Sharps carbines distinguished themselves under the command of Colonel Hiram Berdan. They were the people that wore the green uniforms. A Sharps carbine was the favorite of cavalry for both North and South. More Sharps carbines were produced during the Civil War than Burnside's or Spencer's until late in the Civil War. Because they had breech loading rifles, they could fire all day from the prone position and not expose themselves to enemy fire. Now when you think about battles like Devil's Den, the Peach Orchard, Seminary Ridge, they were the rifles that helped win the day. And now a special thanks to one of my friends who was gracious enough to lend us this rifle. He was a Vietnam vet, a hunter, and a shooting sports enthusiast. So thumbs up to you, buddy, from Leatherwood Outdoors. Now I guess you're wondering, how does this guy all work? Well, first of all, you take the hammer and you put it on half cock, and you grab the trigger guard to lower the breech, exposing the chamber. You take that big 405 grain bullet, slide it in with your thumb, and then close the breech, bring it to full cock, and now you have an option. You can use your set trigger to make the trigger pull easier, or just fire off the front like this. Now can you imagine yourself being out on the plains with this big Creedmoor sight, and when you're done it folds down, but like we were talking at camp, the only thing after each shot, you have to half cock, empty the breech, pull your old cartridge out, put another one in. It's a slow process. Go to full cock and then hit your trigger, but that was the technology back then. The barrel goes out to 34 inches. Originally this was called a Vernier sight. Now we call it a Creedmoor sight. And the original loading was that 405 grain lead bullet, but with some new technology we also have some flex tips. They had a reduced charge. And then I want to bring this point out too. The cavalry carbines, because you're firing off the back of horseback, they would give you a reduced load, so you wouldn't knock yourself off your saddle. But still you were required to shoot 8 to 10 shots per minute. And that's pretty significant.
As guys are coming down to camp, Dad got his 30-06. That is a special gun that I'll be using after I use the gun that I'm going to be using on opening day. So that'll be through the week for an extra doe. Dad's ready, got his 30-06, Ron's ready. And we got something special for deer season this year. I want to thank Craig in Scotland for sending this. He got a Signatory Vintage 18-year-old Speyside Scotch. This is a really nice bottle here. So we're gonna crack this open and have a celebratory drink. The opening day.
I like
Opening
Yeah.
day.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, that's smooth.
yeah.
It does not burn going down.
Stays with you.
Yep. Nice. You knocked it out of the park again, Craig. Come over to my cousin Bobby's camp real quick. I got up here in good time, so me and Ron came up. Brendan got his son, Briar. He's ready to see some deer. He couldn't wait. That's how we have to do it in the Red Solo Cup here in camp. He's a bourbon drinker, not much scotch, but
That's pretty smooth.
yeah. You know that's 117 proof.
I wasn't knowing what to expect because some of it gets real peaty and then some of it might be smoky.
Yeah.
And
All right, so Nathan came up here early with Alex
2
before the
a.m.,
rest of the
2
family
a.m.
came up. 2
Thanksgiving
a.m. Went from nice sunny Florida weather to blistering cold snowy weather here in PA. So he gets to the lock here and he's trying to get into the camp. And he, you know, you would think that right dead center, that's where the numbers would be. But what he couldn't see, the same way what you're looking at right now, is the lock. Real numbers is at the top where those little indents are. And he could not figure out how in the world to get into camp.
now at 2 in the morning, using just the headlights of the car. Hope we'll have better luck hunting tomorrow.
Yeah, like Brendan said, rifle season's so much easier.
I don't have to load.
That's right.
I
Big
got
Nate
it.
from Andrews. We're at Andrews Camp now. How's it going?
How's it going?
Good luck tomorrow.
Yeah.
New one.
Corey,
Oh.
are you the camp cook again this year, Corey?
Yeah, but the jumbies did all the work.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
We got Andrew's brother-in-law here. Hey!
What's happening?
What's going on?
Ready to go.
Yeah, did you just come from the Nugents?
Yeah, that was an adventure and a half.
Oh, yeah?
They'll be up here after they eat. So
That smells delicious.
What is it?
18-year-old. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know how to describe that scent. It's just.
Emails, I don't have to, you know, do all this stuff. It's like, this is great.
Yeah.
You know, not only did they give us
It's
a
smooth.
buyout,
That's so smooth.
you know, they gave us money to get you up to Medicare, you know, and Dr. Farms, you know. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's so smooth. That's so smooth.
And I have no regrets.
So thank Craig in Scotland for the
Thank you,
ball.
Craig.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Craig. Holy. Oh, that's dangerous.
Is that?
Well, it is 117 proof, so
That could be very dangerous.
That's 117. That is good.
yeah.
That does not taste like 117 proof.
CMA.
So
That's because it's 18 years old.
It's 173 out of 658 of these bottles.
Dude, that is delicious.
It is absolutely
It
delicious.
is.
Trip number 2,
Yes.
Scotch is flowing, and I'm with Johnny Hot Rod.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You'll do great.
I'll be.
Good luck, Mark. All right, we'll see you guys later. Hey, look who's here.
What's up, man?
Hey, Craig. Hey, Craig's here. That means it's almost your birthday,
You are?
right?
week.
Next week.
my
Yeah, happy
Something
birthday.
special again.
Favorite.
Yeah.
For Craig. He's not here.
He's behind you. He's wearing a shirt.
Oh, Craig, there you are. All right, man, good to see you.
So the walls look a little bare because
It's the last year season of the tin can.
it's the last year season of the tin can. Because they are going to look at this. I give him a video camera and not even 10 seconds later he's already videotaping it.
I taught him everything he knew, and he's already talking crap.
So they're going to be having a new camp here, hopefully this time next year.
Yep.
So
We're rallying.
yeah,
We're gonna have a
Hey, man, I saw
New
it
camp.
on you.
we're gonna have a good day tomorrow because the wind's gonna lay down.
yeah, that's what I heard. It's supposed to be real nice, good, cold, calm weather.
2 days of
I work for Sam Adams
wind,
still.
and
Sam
then
Adams
no
now.
wind and no full moon. We're good.
Yeah.
I manage the entire.
Luke, are you ready?
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm drinking icy light to get ready.
There you go.
I have
We got
15 wholesalers
Cam.
I oversee.
It's gonna be going out with Luke tomorrow.
First time.
My area no more.
This would be Luke
Okay.
and John and Craig's brother-in-law.
Nice.
So
We're the dynamic duo. We're
There you
gonna
go.
have a luck tomorrow.
Nice.
Slayer stand.
Only the ones Johnny's going after.
I like salmon out of the water. That's one of my.
Known her forever.
John just said that he got engaged.
I did.
Does your old man know?
And you're all invited.
You all right?
Oh, no.
Congrats, man.
He's
Back
open
to
this
market.
girl.
I
I
know the
love
ladies
this
were
girl.
looking.
Yep, I asked her last weekend. So
If the old man says she's okay, then she's
yeah, it was
okay.
last weekend. Good luck tomorrow, guys.
Good luck.
Yeah,
Good luck. All right, we'll see ya.
So long.
Yep. All right, we're heading
Love it.
back down to camp.
This is what it's all about.
All right, well, we're getting ready for bed. My brother and everybody be down. Cousin Brandon's here. He's not hunting, but he's just enjoying the festivities. So we'll see you in the morning. Robbie and Ken
How you feeling this
are
morning?
eating breakfast. Rob and Ken are gonna be taking this thing. I can't even sit it down. This thing is like 20 pounds. And it's not even full yet. It's empty and it's old and heavy. And then they're gonna drink hot chocolate out of that.
Whole day's worth.
Whole day's worth of hot chocolate in that thing. It's gotta be heavy. It must be super insulated.
Looks like from the 1940s or 50s.
know.
I mean, your grandfather, great grandfather would have.
Yeah.
Opening day of PA Rifle. The cook has already went back to bed.
Dilly, stay over here.
There he is. Camp cook Corey. There he is. There's my dad.
Dilly, get over here.
Dilly, you're getting summoned. There's Diller.
Dilly, come here.
There's camp mascot Dilly. Doing what you do. Almost today. Some ScentLok hunting clothing. That's what I use. I think it does a good job of scent control, and it is also fairly reasonable price, especially on these Black Friday deals. I'm not a sponsored advertiser for ScentLok, by the way. But my dad, yeah, he's old school. They don't believe in scent control, so we're gonna see what happens today. You know, does scent control work in rifle season? Doesn't really matter because you're shooting 300 yards, but just see what happens. This is another trick I do. The old hand warmer in your socks. As you can see here, the lump. Then you put toe warmers down here. I've had some good success with that, keeping my feet warm. So let's get a profile of that. Yeah, look at that. You can get it from the side. Here's my side profile, my sock side profile, and it still fits in the boot pretty snug. So yeah, we're gonna see. Give it a whirl today. It's about 5:45. Hopefully getting to stand by 6:20, which gives us about 30 minutes before shooting light commences. But I can already hear side-by-sides going down the road, so people are moving. See what happens.
He's going to be out there, American Native Timber Wolf.
There you go.
Kale, you
Traditional
want
shirt on, so I'm ready to go too.
I'm
All right,
good.
Kale's back. He could just come down to camp where you got your 7mm mag.
Yep.
All right. Robbie's gonna be using his 243 again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Faithful.
Kean says he's got his first hunting knife.
My life.
Oh yeah. Pull that out. Let's take a look at it.
these? Look in your blue bag.
Look at that.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
Robbie, cookies, chocolate chip or raisin oatmeal?
Raisin out there.
What do you think about that?
What time did we sleep last night? You know,
Yeah.
or did they stay at your
Yeah.
house?
Nah, I think they left around like 8:15. I told them I was like,
Robbie's got his hat.
tired last night.
Oh yeah.
Got your New Year.
I told
Button.
Ken I'm retiring after this year.
Oh,
I've wore this hat for 25 deer seasons.
really?
Yep.
So then you're gonna start a new 25 year.
Well, from now on, I'm just gonna get a brand new hat every year.
Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Shooting has commenced already. Barely enough light to see, but we're in here, ready to go.
Alright, it's opening day of buck rifle season 2025 in western Pennsylvania. I got my brother-in-law Cam sitting with me, trying to get him his first buck. It's perfect conditions out here. We got a little bit of snow from last night. Barely any wind. So there should be a lot of movement here this morning. Hopefully, we can get Cam his first buck here. What do you guys say, Cam? Let's get it.
We've taken quite a bit of deer off of the property this year already. We took 12. Or last year, we took almost 23 doe off of the property. Maybe 2 of those were button bucks. Sooner or later, my videos aren't going to see 20 to 30 deer. We just keep whacking the does. We need to get the doe population down here. We just got way too many because where we're at, our forest regeneration is one of the worst in the state. And we're planning on doing a lot of logging, so we want to get the deer down. Oh, there's a big gobbler right here. I think it's time to eat the first one and get some coffee. Here comes some dough. Oh no. Well, I got one. And I forgot to push record. There were 7 or 8 of them standing 50 yards. I was looking at the camera and I did not see the REC on the top, obviously. I thought it was. And I shot a big doe. She gave me a 1/4 away shot, put her right behind the shoulder, pulled the trigger, heard a thump. She didn't go down. She took off running. They all ran back up into the pines. Yep, I got one with the 45-70 sharps. That's pretty cool. All right, I got some blood. Right there's the road. Keep going. Oh, I think I see her laying right there, tucked in those fallen down trees. All right, big horse of a doe. She didn't run 35 yards. Piled up right here on this log. Oh man, that's a big one. It's my 2025 doe. Big horse doe. Man, I think she was probably the biggest one. Like I said, there were so many deer, at least a dozen or maybe more coming behind. And that buck was just pushing them all around. They kind of looked at me and said, hey, something's up. 50-yard shot. And hit right where I was aiming. It looks like this is the exit here. And we'll show you the innie here in a second. But just thank the Lord for His providence, for providing again today. It's just, even if I didn't get anything, it's just a good day to be out. I mean, weather was perfect, and just being out in His creation. I don't know, I might try for another one with this. Stay tuned, more hunting yet to come. Rolled her over and it looks like center puncher right tight behind the shoulder. Perfect.
shot. I think it might have been a 7 point. We'll see when we get up there. It felt like a good shot. We'll see what happens. We didn't hear him go down, but he appeared to go down right down here below us in the bowl. So we'll give him a little bit, and then we'll head down there to see what we got. He was coming across here. That's where he took the shot from, and it went down into the bowl. It's laying down right up here. Grab a hold of him, Cam.
All right, Cam.
Here, I'll go. Pull his in. Hold him by the antlers.
Oh, he doesn't know how to do this.
That crab claw on that side.
There you go. What is it? It's a
Cam,
it's a 6 point.
You can be a little rough.
It's got its 3 up right here. It's got a brow tine on this side, 1 broken off right here.
We'll call that a 7.
It's a 6.5.
6.5.
But Cam, that's your first buck.
Congratulations,
First
buddy.
deer hunting ever.
Good work, buddy. Good work.
How's your feet and your hands?
Those are a little chilly, but
Yeah, well, hey, you got to pull the trigger. That's all it counts.
Stan's just back up over there about maybe 75 yards. He pulled the trigger, was probably about 50 yards away at that point. I guess Cam just gets to watch football the rest of the afternoon. Cam and his first buck. Works true 6 point. Uneven, but hey, for Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania, first buck he's ever shot. Using a 30-06.
All right, I'm back at camp. I guess Ron's back too. So Ron,
Here's fun.
what'd you see?
1 pine squirrel. That was it the whole morning.
Yep.
No deer, no buck. 1 pine squirrel with an
Now
attitude.
just so everybody knows, you're not sitting in your usual spot.
Yeah.
You
Well, we
are just right here behind the cabin, just up over that hill where I'm zooming in right now, about 100 yards is where he was at this morning. So
It was just a novelty. Try to do something new, and it just didn't work out. And I'm going to be moving back to my original ladder stand.
eating some sloppy Joe.
Sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe.
What else we got? Got some chili, and we still have some. What is that?
Turkey noodle soup.
Turkey noodle soup.
And
Yeah.
ham and beans.
Ham and beans warming up. All right. Well, what'd you see?
3 doe and 1 buck.
Nice. All right. Good luck. We're gonna head back out. I'm gonna take Ron to his stand.
We haven't given up. Just got to change our tactics, move around a little bit, and once again, thinking people are going to start leaving to go to lunch. Then they're going to come back after lunch around 1 o'clock. We'll be set up in position. Maybe something will come our way.
Yeah.
You ain't going to get a buck if you stay at camp and sit on your couch.
Yeah.
Alright, we're back in the stand. Same stand that Cam shot his buck here this morning. Nice 6 point, first buck he's ever killed. Got my brother Craig. And we're gonna see what we can't find. Hopefully another legal one comes down through here before the end of the day. I think this is the time. He's feeling it in his loins. Well, we'll see what we can see.
So as you can see, I am decorated all for the deer hunting holidays. Looks like we got another one to add to the collection. trying to collect as many of these that I can put on here. You can go around 30-06, 308, 3040, 300 Winchester. There's the round that I used. Let's go. And you know what? A first for me. The chocolate ones. I have no idea what this is gonna do. Let's give it a try. Not bad, not bad. So to give you an idea of where we're at on the property, I sit down in these spruce trees trying to catch deer that are being pushed by everybody else, or you know, somewhat used to be good cover. And then let's take a little ride up through the valley here. I'll show you where my dad's stand is. So you just kind of follow the pines out, and right up on top of the hill you can see my dad's shanty. He's got, you know, a food plot up above him. He can't see one below him, and a long narrow straightaway, so he can see out along deer that are cutting through the pines on the top and the spruce on the bottom. And then if you fly over even further, clear on the other side, so Robbie's stand is over there, and he's seeing that section of the fields. And then if you cut back and start going down into the hollow, right around where these hemlock trees are here in the woods is where Ron hunts. And then looking up through the hollow, pretty much my brother, he has the rest of the property to himself. He sneaks around. He doesn't like sitting in a shanty, so he just still hunts the whole day. So sometimes he bumps some deer with us, but he always sees lots of deer. So, well, Ron just shot a doe. Kind of crazy because I never even heard him shoot. But I just saw, coming from Ron's direction, I am constantly seeing tails way up there, just inside the pines, and a big doe just walked through there. But they're angling up, like towards my dad. But if they show up, they might show up way at the end. And that big cherry right there is 175 yards. So it's a poke, but it's possible. Sitting here at the camera, everything, the window's set up, because I expected the deer to come out in front of me, because all the tails that I saw back behind me were going up the hill. So I'm sitting here with the rifle out the window, just waiting. And the next thing you know, I can hear leaves behind me, crunch, crunch, crunch. And as the second that I turned around, I just caught like that. So I hurried up, got the camera off the tripod, and he wasn't going to give me a shot. He was just running. So I hurried up and videotaped him out this window. Now I know everybody's be like, I'd have been flipping that window up and trying to get a shot. Let me tell you something. It's a little hard to get a window up. Pick this big, giant, heavy 34-inch barrel crazy thing and try to stick it out a window without the deer seeing me. And I'm good thing I didn't try out that window, because I had no idea that over to my right was like 5 doe. I don't know how many doe.
so the tow would have busted and it would have just took off. And the only thing that I can hope for is that they go in there, bed down, and later on they come back out. I don't know. Now that big 8-point, I've seen it before one time. A long time ago, I pulled in to my driveway and he was bedded in my yard. And that's the only thing I ever seen of him. I have trail cameras all around here. Never got a picture of that buck, ever. And the other buck, I probably have a trail camera picture of that buck over a mile away from here. Oh, here they come. There's one thing I've never shot was a big giant 8. I've got a big giant 9, a 14, a 10, 11. So I need a big 8. Keep it going.
right down. Whew. Yeah. Big doe down again, number 2. What it looked like this morning when I shot my first doe, except I had a couple more deer. It was so hard trying to pick one out. 50-yard shot, dropped her right in her tracks. So, not gonna load this up right now. I don't think there was a buck following those doe. I think that's from the first group of doe that I shot at this morning, and they're coming back. I only got one tag left, so it's got my buck tag. I can only shoot a buck now, and if I don't shoot a buck in rifle, then I can use that tag in late season flintlock to shoot a doe or a buck with. 2 deer down with the 45-70. I figured if I'm gonna have this rifle, I'm gonna try to take more than one doe with it, because I don't know if I'll ever use it again. And I want to thank Ron's friend for letting me borrow that. It's truly been a blessing to shoot this. It's pretty cool. We got a deer that just popped out from the right, which might have been that little one that was by itself. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, but I don't think that's part of the deer that were with them bucks, so I'm gonna let it go. Another horse of a doe. Oh my goodness. That might be bigger than the last one. I don't know if right there's the exit. I think that's exit right there. Cool. There she is. Deer number 3 for me on the year. Big old horse doe. Oh man, I'm filling up the freezer today. Thank God again for such a great day. Man, I can't say that enough. It's just been a really great season for me, being able to use such a unique rifle today. Looked like when I replayed the footage, it was a real high shoulder shot, probably right below the spine, and gave that shock value to drop her right in the tracks and take out the lungs, so it was a quick kill. So, all right, I'm gonna hurry up, gotta get out of here. Hurry up and get back in the stand, maybe hit last light, see if those bucks come out. Alright, let's roll her over. See where right there's any. So, yep, high shoulder shot. Not much blood. She just dropped right here. Big old doe.
Came back out for the afternoon hunt. It's about 2:30 right now. Morning was fairly dead. I didn't even really get to film much because the first 3 deer I saw came in like 10 minutes before shooting light right underneath the stand. Then I had 4 doe come through, but they ended up going right around my stand at like 15 yards, but I didn't want to risk bumping them, trying to get the camera on them. And then I saw a 4-point. But that's not why I'm recording right now. The main reason is because this is also what matters. Let's go, Buckeyes! If Johnny could just have that clip in the video, I would be happy.
just in time for the evening hunt. And I didn't think I was going to be able to bring this out today. I was not expecting to get 2. Now this is a special gun. This is a Marlin 30-30. Now, I'll go into the details maybe another time, because if I don't shoot a buck today, I'll be taking this out the rest of the season. But the reason why this gun is special is because this was my grandmother's gun. And my grandfather gave this gun to my grandmother for Christmas. Now, my grandfather used this a lot also. And the first 2 shots I shot with this thing, sighting it in, first 2 I ever shot, 100 yards, almost cut holes. I mean, could cover them up with your thumb. And so I'm going to get loaded with the 30-30 and see if we can bring down one of those bucks. So let's get loaded up. Just using Remington core locks. Let's go. I don't know if what I'm about to do has ever been done. And I'm a little worried of what might happen. But I'm going to say I'm probably the first that has ever done this. Now we wait and see.
Meh.
I don't know.
Somebody get one?
That was a...
I have a big doe.
That was a big...
I drug it out to the road. Waiting for Johnny. He said when it's dark, he's going to come get me, and then we're coming back to camp. But I got a big doe.
All right. So there's the doe coming out. But looking at him, judging him really hard because, you know, the big ghost, I think he's going. But you know, using my grandmother's 30-30, and I got to replay the footage. I feel like I missed him, so let's just replay the footage real quick. It's just one of those things where you know, you shoot, you miss. I'm already happy. I got 2 doe. I mean, to shoot at a nice buck, it's the first buck I shot at in over 10 years. And you know what? It's okay if I didn't get it. You know, I already got meat in the freezer. Looks like a miss. Went up there, I could follow his tracks in the snow for a long ways, over lots of logs. Nothing, not a hair, not a drop of blood, anything. Dad just took a shot at a big buck clear at the far end where he hit the big ghost, you know, several years ago. But he thinks he missed. But he said it was a pretty far poke, you know, 200 yards, maybe a little more. So he thinks he missed. He didn't see a big reaction from the deer and ran up into the pines. So we're going to go up and check to see if he hit it. And he said it was real high above its ears. So it could have been that one that I saw down here, real high above its ears. So we'll get out and go check.
Well, you got one. This is where you were sitting till you came. Oh, big doe. Big doe.
Yeah, she had the, I hit her with a 180 grain Sierra Game King. I switched my load, dropped her just like right in the tracks.
Nice.
Double lung hit.
Cool. All right, we'll get her loaded up. Dad said he shot at a nice buck, so we'll go see.
Oh, did he get it?
We don't know. We're
don't
gonna
know.
go check.
All right.
All right, everybody's back at camp. How many deer did you see, Kian?
14.
14, that's pretty good. No bucks to shoot though, huh?
No.
Nah. And you had fun?
Yeah.
Good.
And what happened on the way home?
I broke, my four-wheeler ran out of gas.
Oh no. Oh my. There's what we're eating for supper. All right, everybody's eating. We looked for Dad's deer, thinks it's a clean miss. We got Brent and Spencer came down to visit from Maryland. Yeah, well, Colorado, right?
Yes,
and
sir.
Spencer is where you live now, Florida?
No, I'm in Maryland, but I might be moving out to Colorado here. in a
All
few
right,
weeks.
cool. Originally from Maryland, so.
Here we go. We got Dan Nugent, father of Luke, John, and Craig, and father-in-law of Cam. Nice Pennsylvania buck. Nuge, tell us your story.
Is it open field? They don't like to come out in that open field. And all of a sudden it was like, started to dusk off a little bit. Not dusko yet. And all these does start coming into that clover patch. And the doe that come up over the hill, this thing came right up behind them like dun-dun-dun. And I'm like, that thing's wide. I gotta go to the processor anyway for Cam's deer. Boom. Went down in its tracks. That makes me happier than anything. I don't care what
You're on the track.
I don't care how big they are. I don't care anything. They want them to die right there.
There it is.
So that makes me happy.
Good spread on it. Yep.
They got these little.
He does have kickers right off the base.
Those are little Satan horns.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. All right, Nuge tagged out, Cam tagged out. Now we gotta get the rest of us. Luke, Craig.
Don't look at me.
Well, Cam's already tagged out, so that's the gang.
I know, I might be a little bit worried coming into this place. Sounds pretty rambunctious. Hey! Look at this! We got a poker game going. How's it going? Look at that thing glowing. Yeah. Oh, this is the place to do it. I hear some success. Congrats, Cam. Where's yeah? There you go. I just saw your bucket, Cam.
You talking with that Dan?
Big Dan Nugent.
I got that one on camera. I got a little,
Yeah.
his analogy of
Cool.
what happened.
Yeah.
So,
I whacked 2 big doe. Ron got a doe. My dad missed a big buck at the end.
I saw it live.
You saw wait. Godzilla, yeah.
The one he calls Godzilla.
Yeah.
Godzilla has been seen going the wrong direction.
Oh man.
Going back to the neighbor's property past Sweeney, and I guess how far was it, you think?
It was 400 yards.
No kidding.
I waved at it till I Yeah, he's chasing.
He's a man of the women.
So everybody saw deer?
One saw deer.
All right. Everybody's coming.
Good to see you
The
again.
Florida clan came up too now. Yeah. How'd you guys do? You got a doe? Awesome.
So I'll get our money back real quick. Very end of the day.
Nice.
But before I close this video out, just wanted to let you know one of those bucks that I saw ended up traveling over to the neighbors and getting shot. A guy that I know, went to school with, played sports with in high school, great guy. He shot it. It was the biggest buck that he ever shot, he said. And so congrats to Mark on an awesome 8-point. Second, yes, I put that clip in, Andrew. And there's just 2 words that I need to say to you for all those who know what real football is. We are.